So, I just got here to Six Flags America. This is part of a road trip down to Kings Dominion and Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, of course. 'Cause I love those parks a lot. So I decided to stop here on the way, so might as well. But it already seems absolutely slammed as you can look at the parking lot. Which is very odd because parks like Six Flags Great Adventure barely ever get busy like this on the weekdays, and it's a Wednesday in the middle of August. So it's very, very odd to me. It looks like we might be battling hour and a half wait times today based on just how many people are here. It could just seem worse because the parking lot's very small and Great Adventure's parking lot is huge, so when there's cars there, it just seems like there's more people. But I'm not sure. Let's see. I'll take a look when I get in the park. On the way here, I actually watched Theme Park Worldwide's vlog about this park. And when he first came, all the rides were closed and they slowly staggered open throughout the day. And Superman Ride of Steel only opened in the middle of the day, like in the afternoon. Like way after the park opened. So far I have not seen any ride run, and it shows on the app that many rides are temporarily closed as of this morning. So, you know, I have my legacy membership, so I'm going in for free, so it's not a huge letdown. It's just a stop on the way and I came for free, so it's not a huge letdown if most of the rides are closed. I mean, of course it'll be disappointing, as it will always be. But that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting most of the rides to be closed and not open today. Because I've heard some horrible stories about this park and rides being closed and rides having very slow operations. So I am not expecting much from this park at all. Not trying to be negative. Just my expectations are low. So I won't go in with such high expectations and be so disappointed. Because I already know this park is going to be rough. I see Superman Ride of Steel over there. I've not seen a single train go up the lift hill. And I've not seen a single coaster. Oh, there it goes. So at least that's open. But the two rides I'm guessing are going to be closed are Joker's Jinx and Batwing. So those two rides are known to close the most. Also, I think the reason the park is very busy today is most likely because it's like Six Flags New England almost, because the amusement park is connected to the water park. So people who get admission to the amusement park also get admission to the water park, which means that the park is naturally going to be busier. Unlike Great Adventure, where on a hot day like this, people are just going to go to the water park and pay for the water park and not the amusement park because it's separate admission. And therefore the amusement park gets emptier. So the rides themselves are not as busy. But we'll see how the day goes. For sure. Alright, so I just got in the park. The employee at the front was already rude to me, so that's already a strike against this park. First ride I'm headed to is Superman Ride of Steel. The entrance of this park looks nice, at least. Definitely there's more theming put into this than, let's say, the entrance at Great Adventure. But I'm kind of pissed off that the employee at the front was rude to me. And I don't even know why employees at these parks get away with treating their guests that way. She yelled at me just because I didn't know where re-entry was. It's ridiculous. But anyways, I'll try not to let that ruin my day. And I'm trying to figure out how to get to Superman Ride of Steel. There's Hurricane Harbor. I'm actually very interested to see how it rides because I actually just watched El Toro Ryan's video yesterday on Superman the Ride at Six Flags New England. He also touched upon the restraint system and how the trains and braking system works on Superman Ride of Steel. So, yeah. I'll tell you guys when I get off the ride as usual. How it rides for me, as I usually do in all my vlogs. Sorry for the shaky footage here. The phone stick I'm using isn't the best. But yeah, I'll let you know how it rides when I get there. So I just looked at the map, and apparently you have to go As you can see it going up there. You have to go all the way past Firebird, which is, from what I heard, the crappiest B&M floorless coaster. And then take past Joker's Jinx, past Batwing, past all the rides until you get to the end of the park. So already, the layout is kind of weird to me. Didn't even know there was a splash ride here. Kind of coming into this park blindly almost. Oh, there's a dead end here. I'm stupid. Guess they're going this way. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take that long walk past Roar, then past Firebird, then past all the rides just to get to Superman Ride of Steel. And for some reason, it always happens to be at these parks where the best signature coaster tends to be at the other side of the park. I don't know why, I'm not getting the best vibe from this park so far. Let's see how the day goes though. Mind Eraser. Oh, I might as well put myself through some pain on a Vekoma SLC later today. If it's even open. For some reason I thought they removed it. I didn't know it was still here. Very odd. In terms of the park crowds, it seems normal. I wouldn't call it slammed. That would not be fair of me. Definitely busier than I expected for a Six Flags park on a Wednesday. But as you can tell too, as you can see in the distance, there are rain clouds far away in the distance. Looks like they are currently hovering over Superman Ride of Steel. So, I'm very hopeful that I'll get at least one ride on it before the storm comes in. But I see Roar's queue, and it just seems like it's a station wait right now. So I don't know, I know Superman Ride of Steel is more popular. Most likely every ride here is running one train today because, you know, it's Six Flags America. Yep, Roar has one train in the shed. But it still doesn't seem horribly busy. The line for the pirate ship is that long. That's not a good sign either. That just kind of says something. And the line for Firebird. Just goes up to the stairs. So yeah, we'll see. Already, the best Mexican food place in the park, which I was planning to eat at, has to be closed. Good job, Salim. The queue systems here are kind of weird. I can't tell if that ramp is the queue or the exit. Because it seems like the only entrance here is Flash Pass. So it seems like they're exiting and they're coming from, oh, some other queue back there. So it's like, it's a stairway. Not horrible. I don't want to sound like a GP, but I literally forgot the name of that janky looking wooden coaster. Didn't even know that existed here. What is this? Is it even open? I think I saw it running or something. Well, wow, that is one janky drop. I don't even know how that's allowed to operate here. I've never seen something like that before. So, I'm continuing to make my way to Superman Ride of Steel. Going past all these rides, having to go under and past all these rides, making it to my final destination, the back of the park. There it is in the distance. And of course, Joker's Jinx is down, as I was expecting. If the train is over there, it does not seem like it's going to go up today at all. Two trains just sitting there. Seems like the ride is having some kind of major technical difficulty, as expected. Yeah, Six Flags America. Wasn't expecting much from this park anyway. From what I heard, it's rides here goes down a lot. And it's a very non-well-kept park. Yep. As you can see, the sign says temporarily closed. Doubt it's gonna open today if the train's over there. So I asked the person at the front if this is gonna be down for the day or just technical difficulties. And she growled at me and didn't even answer my question. Man, Six Flags needs to change their employee lineup. They need to hire better employees who aren't actually rude to their guests. There are people in the station, which can mean it's technical difficulties. I doubt they're gonna open it. It looks kind of severe. At least I'm heading towards Superman Ride of Steel though, if I'm even going the right way. Kind of sad I won't get to ride this today. I was kind of eager to see how this would compare to the indoor spaghetti ball launches like Flight of Fear. But, oh well. Salim just can't maintain their rides. They're at Six Flags. So here we are, approaching Superman Ride of Steel. It looks to be open, fingers crossed. But the wait, I can't even see from here. The queue doesn't look too full. But it looks like it's going up to the stairs, maybe a 10-15 minute wait. So I brought a backpack today, and lucky for me, there are cubbies on the station. Looks about like a 15-minute wait or so. Not horrible. I'll let you know how it rides, my opinion of it, when I get on. Not as bad as I was expecting. Somehow they are running 2 trains on this thing. I was expecting them to run 1, but I guess it's a pleasant surprise. Never mind, it looks like they are running 1 train since there's no train in the station right now. I knew it.
Clear clear visual cam. All clear distance.
So, I just got off Superman Ride of Steel. That pleasantly surprised me a lot. And here's a hot take of mine. I honestly think that was better than Superman the Ride at Six Flags New England. Call me crazy. These bouts of airtime here with the T-bars are absolutely crazy. They're amazing. That biggest camelback hill, actually, what was weird about it is it didn't give traditional floater airtime. In the beginning, as you reached the crest of the hill, you didn't feel any airtime. But then as you were going down, you felt these like little bursts of floater airtime, and it was so fun. And these last few hills honestly feel like an RMC. So underrated. The only 2 annoying parts of the ride were the shin guards. That's something I haven't really heard any enthusiasts talk about, is the shin guards get kind of painful. Because RMC shin guards contact your upper shins. These contact your lower shins and are much harder, which can be a little bit more uncomfortable. And the rattle, it has a bit of a rattle and vibration to it. But honestly, like I said before about other coasters, the rattle and vibration makes it a lot more fun. It gives it this out of control feeling. And I heard El Toro Ryan talking about this, but these jerky transitions here and there, it feels like an arrow, and that adds so much character to the ride. And the helix was so intense. I saw stars and almost grayed out. I'm definitely giving this another ride before I try other ones, because as you can see, there are a lot of thunderclouds in the area, so there's definitely a passing shower coming. This has a single rider line. Didn't even know that. So I just got off this on the 3rd to front row, and that was honestly much better. The airtime hills had so much power when you reached it. In the back, a lot of the airtime hills were floater based. In the front, they were ejector when you hit it, including that camelback back there. Those helixes and those turns are so intense. Turns have amazing laterals. Helixes are so intense. In the back row, the painful part was the shin guards. But in the front row, there's these like little black blocks in between your knees, that sit in between your knees at the front of the train. So I kept banging my knees up on those things, and that was kind of uncomfortable. But you can't have it all. So I'm gonna go to not Nighthawk, come on, Batwing next. I heard that's one of the better Vekoma Flying Dutchmans. I mean, I've ridden Nighthawk. Nighthawk was awful, as usual. Firehawk was actually pretty good. And from what I heard is that this is the exact same as Firehawk. So hopefully this will be good. But it's possible it is aged to the point where it's just as bad as Nighthawk. From what I saw earlier, the station looks pretty empty. But given my luck, usually when I come to rides, it ends up getting busy the second I enter. So let's see. There's still these clouds in the distance. It's hard to see because of the trees. So I really hope I get everything done before the rain hits. And since the park is not as busy as I thought it would be when I first came, most likely I'll get to do most of the coasters here. Except for Joker's Jinx, because that's down. And then I'll continue my trip down to Virginia. Also, as of when I upload this, I have a little surprise for you guys. Some surprise video I'm going to film for you guys at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. So stay tuned for that. So, it looks like it's empty, but as you can see, has a decently long line. Most likely since we're running one train and this ride has awful operations. Most likely gonna be 30 minutes. So I just got off Batwing. That was a good one. That was better than Superman Ultimate Flight, honestly. It's not like Nighthawk. Nighthawk is just so rough, the track itself. This has some pretty good positive G's, and the switches from being on your stomach to on your back were very, very intense, and I really liked how they did it. The downside to this ride is, what's really weird is the lap bar that's positioned against your legs feels separate from the vest restraint. On most of these Flying Dutchmans and flying coasters, the vest restraint seems to connect to the lap bar, but it seemed separate on this one, and it felt like my body was separated from the lap bar, so to speak, and it was just gonna, and my vest was gonna snap. So oftentimes my knees would just sag down under the restraint, and it would give me the sensation I'm about to fall out, which honestly, that kind of adds to the thrill. And that's the most fear I've felt on any ride before. You're not actually gonna fall out, it gives you the sensation that you feel like you're gonna fall out. I don't know if they did it on purpose, or if it's just a design flaw with the ride, but it actually made it more fun. So I'm gonna go get the other credits. Joker's Jinx is closed, so I'm gonna try to get Wild One, which is that coaster I barely heard of. Firebird, which I'm not looking forward to. I heard that's the shittiest B&M. And what else is it? Yep, that's about it. I'm sure there's some other coasters I'm forgetting. My mind is very slow right now. But this one I'm definitely gonna ride multiple times today, because this one is really the star of the park. It's where it's at. Awesome ride, very underrated. So I just spoke to the attendant at the front of Joker's Jinx, and it does sound like the ride will indeed be closed for the day. It's because they've been having an issue. One of the rows has been having an issue with the restraint where it wouldn't lock in the station. So what they did was they blocked off that row for a whole week. And now, for some reason, today is the day where they're deciding to fix that on a decently busy day with a lot of school trips. So you can see maintenance is over there trying to fix it. He's definitely working on it. He said there's a tiny chance it's gonna open today, but not to count on it. So yeah, I'm gonna hit this right next, Wild One, and I'll tell you how that goes. So, just got off Wild One. That has to be the most janky and imbalanced track profiling I've ever seen on a roller coaster. It's just like straight track. The track is like going straight, not even on a slope or an angle. And there's this random kink and turn in the track for absolutely no reason. I'm not sure who designed this, probably PTC, because I'm not that knowledgeable about the coasters here. But whoever designed this did a horrible, horrible job. Other than that, it's not as rough as I thought it would be. It was just boring and had none of the drops had airtime or anything. And these PTC lap bars just came down on me, and it was basically just wooden shaking with nothing on it. So it was boring. It wasn't the best ride at all. So I'm gonna go hit Firebird next, then hit Roar, and then Raging Cajun, and then I'm gonna do Superman Ride of Steel a couple more times, because that ride is amazing. That's the only surprise of the day. That's the only positive of the day, really, I've experienced, unfortunately. And, of course, Firebird is also down, even though I saw it working earlier. Very reliable of you, B&M, for what's considered the most reliable coaster manufacturer. So, it looks like Firebird is finally back open. I'm gonna get a ride on that, and then Roar. The infamous Roar. So, I just got off Firebird. That was one of the worst coaster experiences I've ever had. My head has not pinballed against an over-the-shoulder restraint that hard and that fast ever before. Like, seriously. The track was rattly. Every inversion, my head just pinballed side to side off the sides of the over-the-shoulder restraint. And it was just awful. Not even a fun coaster to ride. It shouldn't even be a coaster if it's painful to ride. And now, I'm about to ride my next painful roller coaster out there, Roar. I heard it's gotten some Titan track, so some parts might have Titan track. I'm not sure if it's this Roar or a different coaster. No, it was Predator. Predator's the one that got the Titan track, not Roar. So this is gonna be pretty bad. But after that, I'm gonna get my last few rides on Superman Ride of Steel. Unfortunately, Joker's Jinx has not been open today. So I'm gonna do Roar, get my last few rides on Ride of Steel. I don't think Mind Eraser is open either. I haven't seen it going. And then leave the park for the day. Unfortunately, I did not have time to do footage since I was on a time crunch. I was here from 2 to 7. So I wanted to enjoy, get the credits, enjoy as much as I can. So I just got my last ride of the night on Superman Ride of Steel. And that concludes my day here at Six Flags America. Overall, Superman Ride of Steel was a great ride. Batwing was also a decent Vekoma Flying Dutchman. Very intense. Park as a whole, horrible. Employees actually, twice on Superman Ride of Steel, didn't even go and check my restraints. They were just fooling around with each other and didn't even pay attention. Besides Superman Ride of Steel, the ride qualities are not even that good. And the fact that Joker's Jinx was closed, which is another good quality ride like Ride of Steel, made every other ride available not the best quality. Also, very rude employees, clientele I've gotten into multiple arguments with. Park just looks so run down, and most of the flats are just closed. Like, this park is just, there's a reason why people don't recommend this park, especially enthusiasts. So my advice is only stop here if you're on the way to another park and you just want to get the credits, or just get a few rides on Ride of Steel. Otherwise, for a whole day trip, not worth it. Spend your money somewhere else, at a different park that's well kept and well ran, that you're not going to be treated like shit during the day. So yeah, that concludes my vlog on Six Flags America. Everything else everyone was saying about it is true. Superman Ride of Steel, amazing ride though. The closer to the front you sit, the better the airtime is. You literally get ejector over those hills, and it sustains there for a good few seconds. So that is the main highlight of my day, is Ride of Steel. So after I finished getting all the credits, I rode that over and over again and marathoned it. So now that finally concludes my vlog. Thanks for watching. See you all next time. So I just got off Roar. Not as rough as I thought it would be. It was definitely very shaky and it tossed you side to side, but there were no major potholes or anything. El Toro definitely feels like it jackhammers you a lot more than this, believe it or not. It just didn't really do anything. It's kind of a pointless ride. It just shakes you a little and throws you around. That's about it. It's not as painful as most enthusiasts say, though. So it looks like I've gotten most of the coaster credits I anticipated, except for Joker's Jinx. And I'm going to finish off the day with a marathon on Ride of Steel, since it's now a station wait. So, I just got my last ride of the night on Superman Ride of Steel. And that concludes my day here at Six Flags America. Overall, Superman Ride of Steel was a great ride. Batwing was also a decent Vekoma Flying Dutchman. Very intense. Park as a whole, horrible. Employees actually, twice on Superman Ride of Steel, didn't even go and check my restraints. They were just fooling around with each other and didn't even pay attention. Besides Superman Ride of Steel, the ride qualities are not even that good. And the fact that Joker's Jinx was closed, which is another good quality ride like Ride of Steel, made every other ride available not the best quality. Also, very rude employees. Clientele I got into multiple arguments with. Park just looks so run down, and most of the flats are just closed. Like, this park is just, there's a reason why people don't recommend this park, especially enthusiasts. So my advice is only stop here if you're on the way to another park and you just want to get the credits, or just get a few rides on Ride of Steel. Otherwise, for a whole day trip, not worth it. Spend your money somewhere else. At a different park that's well kept and well ran, that you're not going to be treated like shit during the day. So yeah, that concludes my vlog on Six Flags America. Everything else everyone was saying about it is true. Superman Ride of Steel, amazing ride though. The closer to the front you sit, the better the airtime is. You literally get ejector over those hills and it sustains there for a good few seconds. So that is the main highlight of my day, is Ride of Steel. So after I finished getting all the credits, I rode that over and over again and marathoned it. So now that finally concludes my vlog. Thanks for watching. See you all next time.